Welcome to Shart Select.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Shart Select, recorded on location from the shed at the bottom of the Wizard's Tower. This episode is sponsored by Merlin's ass-wiping underpants. They're real win-it-whacking weapons. Woohoo! Yes, welcome to the podcast. I, as ever, am Winstolf, and I am joined by my sexy compatriots. It's Ryan.
Hello.
And, for your listening pleasure, it's Stu.
Hello.
Hello! We are a weekly gaming podcast recorded under orders from a bunch of worryingly bizarre wizards who live in a firm, satisfyingly rigid tower. If you enjoy the show, please don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever the bloody hell podcast service you use to help us reach more unfortunate people. If you would like to contact us with any ideas, feedback, or just for a chat, then we can be reached at ShartSelectPod on Twitter and all other sociales. We also have a Patreon at www.patreon.com/ShartSelect, where you can pledge to gain access to our Drip Tray episodes, along with various other gubbins. With that said, let's get the fuck on with the show, shall we? Yeah! Woo! Okay, how are we all doing today?
Good, yeah.
After all that, I was like, yeah, good. Alright. You alright, Stu?
Yeah, not bad.
Thought I'd just check in on you guys to make sure that our friend Pixie Podcast doesn't kill Preparia yet.
No, it's alright. He could fucking try, like I said, when last time he said to fight me. 1v1 Rust, kicked his ass, didn't he? So.
Yeah, I mean, the pasty blinders haven't got you yet, though.
No.
That's alright, though.
No.
Stu,
So-
have you seen any weird attacks on your house yet? Like pasty inside smeared across your window and stuff?
Just the odd bits of crumbs outside the front door.
Yeah, that means they've been around. That's
Yeah.
a warning. You might find like a bit of pastry mix just smeared across your door in a cross.
Bit of clotted cream on the walls.
Yeah, whatever you do, don't buy a Cornish pasty anytime soon. It can't have a razor blade in it.
Maybe they'll leave some in your bed, like that fucking horse. Godfather. It's the top half of a pasty.
All the filling all over the pillow, like, fucking hell, they've been here again. Infant dinosaur he sends out to go and do it for you. Oh, we love you really, Pixie Podcast. Right, okay, so, yeah, I think we best just get on with it. Guys, was that the shed door? Right, Stu, do you want to get it? I can't be bothered.
I should just leave it.
No, oh fuck, he's here! How dare you not open the door? Do you know who I am, mortals? Do you know who I am, Ryan?
This is a fucking Tetris man.
I am the fucking Tetris man, and you will do my bidding, or I will fire colourful blocks into your gaping passages. I have for you a quandary, and I demand an answer from you both. You must rate the following action movie stars in order of which one you think is best. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Kurt Russell, and Sly Stallone. Go!
Schwarzenegger, Stallone. What was the third one?
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, and then Van Damme at the bottom.
Do you agree with this, Stu?
Yeah.
You are clearly wrong! For you have never seen Hard Target, the greatest film ever made. It's clearly Arnie, Van Damme, Kurt Russell, then Sly Stallone! Now bend over and take my Tetris blocks! Fucking hell. I've locked him out. Are you guys alright?
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah,
bit sore, but Stu's
I think
got a
Ryan
massive
took-
smile on his face.
I think the T block went in the long bit first. Are you alright, Stu? Why is he so obsessed with action heroes all of a sudden? That's weird. I mean, I didn't think he was into that kind of thing, but oh well. I mean, what's your thoughts, listeners? Why don't you let us know on Twitter? For what it's worth, I actually agree with the Tetris man. I don't know why he didn't ask me though. I mean, I was stood right in front of him. God knows.
He's had his way with you that many times. The blocks just go in too easy.
Yeah, true. My ass is actually like one of the grids on Tetris now. You can actually line them up and make them disappear. It's not as much fun for him. He's still working on you two. Next up, we move on to probably the most popular part of the podcast, where me and Stu may as well not even be here. It's time for Ryan, surprise.
It is, yeah. Got a little one today just because we've got a big topic on the main part of the podcast.
On the main menu.
Yeah. So it's just another AI written script of an airline safety video.
Alright.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go, yeah. Interior, airplane. We see a flight attendant walking down the aisle. Welcome to plane. This plane can't be trusted, but you can. To be alive, always wear your seatbelt. They hold up a belt that is not connected to the seat. Why? There are 2 exits on this plane. One is here. They point to their head. And one is here. They point nowhere.
Wow.
If you are seated in an exit row, you are now the pilot. We see an empty exit row. This plane will not take off. In case there is a disturbed cloud, oxygen masks will come for you. They show an oxygen mask. It is not made of oxygen. Why?
Why?
There's just enough masks for most people to have enough masks. Now, if the water is where the plane chooses to go, don't worry. Your seat can float far away from you. They smile. They are not worried. They aren't on your plane. Young children must be turned off or placed in airplane mode. It would be great if I could do that.
It'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
They hold up a child. They switch it to airplane mode. Yes. Flying is illegal, so don't tell. That's it.
It sounds like the AI was having a bit of a meltdown there. It's like the seatbelt is not attached to a seat. Why? The masks are not made of oxygen. Why? I don't know, AI. Don't worry about it, mate.
So the best thing to take from that is, can children be turned into airplane mode? And if so, how?
Why do people not fucking do it more often?
Yeah.
When you go downtown when it's not in the middle of a pandemic and it's going, no, just fucking bombing it around the place. Well, just turn into airplane mode and put them in storage for a bit. Remember once when I used to work in a now defunct Popular bookshop many years ago, there was a kid running around like the top floor of the shop all afternoon, unsupervised, going like fucking little kids do, like a fucking psychopath. And all of a sudden he decked it and slid about 2 meters on his face on the carpet. And it was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I had to go and hide because I was breaking down laughing about it. So yeah, airplane mode for kids. That's the next fucking level. So we've got the initial excitement out of the way. Now it's time to crank up our bonus to 10. And by bonus, I mean nostalgia bonus. In fact, let's get those nostalgia glands frothing, shall we?
Just before you start, I think we've got a voicemail.
Uh-oh. Go on, who the fuck is it today?
Let me try and play it 1 sec.
The Wizard Tower, I'm going down the Wizard Tower, the fucking prospector. If I sound like I'm old reverb, it's cause I'm in the cave. I'm down here, look thick, boys, in the hot forest, and I've been trapped in the bam by some kind of big old dummy thick boy. I didn't get some help out here, that'd be nice. Otherwise, I think it's going to bum me. Bye. Wow. What the fuck was that?
It sounded like that was the prospector that we shut in that cave all them months ago.
Yes. Did he say he was trying to mine for thick boys under the haunted forest and he's being trapped by the dummy thick man?
I think that's what he said.
He's only really got himself to blame then, hasn't he? Everyone knows the wizards don't keep thick boys underground. What the fuck's he thinking? He's got to hit a rich seam of glistening thick ass. Don't think it works like that. Right, okay. Well, that was weird, wasn't it? Anyway, guys, the wizards have decided they're going to take the week off and have a sleepover and a duvet party. Which is weird because they're 3 old guys. But
and they've just stayed in the tower as well. They're not actually gone anywhere. They just said they've gone somewhere. I saw them before taking duvets upstairs.
Fucking hell, loads of pillows. I'm sure I saw Cumbrag and Master Wizard having a fucking pillow fight right on top of the slit on top of the tower before.
Were they wearing just their pyjamas?
Worse than that, they were wearing just a hat.
I saw Fenric peeping out of the window, and then when he noticed me, he ducked down, so they're definitely up there.
Little fucker. But yeah, I'm sure I heard them giggling before when they were like sneaking around the shed trying to find fun things. Fucking weirdos. Anyway, they've asked us, because apparently they can't be bothered to use the internet, to put together a list of classic cartoons from our childhoods so that they can watch whilst giggling and drinking light alcoholic drinks like shandy. Not sure entirely why. But yeah, so we've got a list together. We're going to go through them now for you, our listeners, and also for the wizards. So, let's look into it. Bear in mind, our childhoods were late 80s, sort of early to mid 90s, we'd say, wouldn't we?
So the Master Wizard told me he wants a rating out of thickness for each of the characters we talk about.
Like the main characters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, who's the thickest 90s cartoon character?
Okay.
Just so you can watch them privately.
That's a fun wrinkle, I like that. Well, let's start with probably the thickest one of all. If I said to you... Who do you think I'm talking about?
No idea.
It's fucking He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, isn't it? He's a thick fucker, isn't he? It's about Prince Adam, who turns into a barbarian warrior He-Man when the evil forces of Skeletor attack. You ever notice that when he transforms into He-Man, though, he gets, like, a fake tan?
Just so people can't tell it's him.
Yeah, it's like, that can't be Prince Adam. Prince Adam's pale.
And wears a pink vest and white t-shirt.
Yeah, it's like a pink tunic. When he transforms into a mighty barbarian. Other than that, he looks exactly the fucking same. He's like Superman.
Still got the same hair, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's like fucking Superman, isn't he? But anyway, He-Man the Masters of the Universe was debuted in 1983, a year before I was born, and ran until 1985, which was a year after I was born. I was just watching a lot of repeats.
It's only a short series, isn't it? 2 years.
Yeah. 2 seasons of 65 episodes. 65 episodes, quite a lot, though, I suppose, isn't it?
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, it was made on the back of Mattel's action figures. I didn't realise the toys came first.
Oh, that's weird. I thought, yeah, it's normally the other way around, isn't it?
Yeah, it was essentially an advert for some toys. But to be fair, the cartoon probably outlived the toys by quite a lot. It was all about Skeletor for me. That guy was fucking rad. He's like a big purple buff bloke with a skull face who talks in a really high-pitched voice.
But is he a skeleton or is he a buff guy with a skeleton head like Ghost Rider?
I think it's like Ghost Rider, isn't he? He's a buff guy with a skeleton head. Or
Or is it just a really buff skeleton?
Yeah, maybe that's all bones.
It's all bones, but really big bones.
buff bones? He had like lizard
Thick
feet
boned.
as well. He wasn't like entirely human, was he? I remember the action figure at least had like lizard feet. Yeah. Have you ever watched the Best Skeletor Moments video on YouTube?
I like the one where he goes through like a mirrored portal and then his hand comes through and he punches it.
And smashes it behind him.
Yeah, smashes the mirror behind him. It's like, wow, that's not even physically possible.
That's like one where he keeps calling people boobs all the time. You royal boob! And it's like, alright, calm down, Skeletor. Fuck! There was also a man at arms who I thought was called Duncan Biscuits for most of my life. Because when I was like 5, my dad told me it was called Duncan Biscuits, and I believed it. Now, obviously, when you're growing up and you forget about your childhood cartoons, don't you? Then when I revisited it about 5-6 years ago, in a fit of nostalgia when my glands got frothy, I was like, Duncan fucking Biscuits! And I phoned up my dad having a go at him, and he's like, I thought you got the joke. You used to laugh. I was like, yeah, it's because I thought it was funny he was called Duncan Biscuits. And that's a traumatising event from my childhood. But yeah, what do you guys think of He-Man? Did you watch a lot of it?
To be honest, I didn't watch a lot of He-Man. But it was before my time.
Yeah, you're a bit younger than me, Stu, to be fair. Did you watch it?
No, it wasn't really on our to-watch list. We were busy watching Spider-Man and X-Men.
I mean, that came a bit later for me. He-Man was when I was a little kid.
We were busy with Thomas and Trapdoor then.
Oh, well, fucking hell, Trapdoor needs a mention, actually. But yeah, anyway. What was I going to say? Did you ever see the film of He-Man then, with Dolph Lundgren as He-Man?
No.
Oh man, it was fucking class. If you watch it back now, it's proper cheesy and bad, but in a good way. So you will laugh if you watch it.
I've seen Skeletor, it looks well fucking weird.
Yeah, played by Frank Langella. And then he turns into proper Skeletor at the end, with magic. It was quite fun.
He doesn't have a proper skull face, does he?
Not really, not until the end, when he gets his magic on. But it was just funny. And of course there was those one of those comparison websites ran some He-Man adverts the last couple of years as well, didn't they?
Oh yeah, with the buff suits on.
They were quite funny at first, but they kind of milked it a bit, didn't they? Like they always fucking do, like those cunting meerkats. But we're not talking about them. It gets Stu too angry. So yeah, I forgot to put it down on the list, but we could talk about Trapdoor briefly as well, can't we? Trapdoor being a classic stop motion like claymation kids cartoon from the 80s.
Yeah.
About a blue monster that lives in a haunted tower called Burke, who unfeasibly has a southwestern accent. and he lives with a skull called Boney and a little spider called Drut.
Does, yeah. And he's like a caretaker for the man upstairs.
Yeah, the thing upstairs which no one ever sees, but it's scary. And
It's kind of like us three, isn't it, really? We're kind of like Trapdoor.
yeah, because I'm like Burke, Ryan's like Boney, and Stu's definitely Drut. And every episode they open the trapdoor even though they weren't supposed to. Like, for fuck's sake, Burke, stop opening the fucking trapdoor.
Yeah, and we have to look after some people that live upstairs in the Wizard's Tower, you see?
Yeah, exactly.
It's all coming together.
Trapdoor used to give me nightmares too. There was a big spider in one episode, but it's like a big black lump of plasticine with pipe cleaners for legs. And it went like that.
Yeah.
It used to give me. I used to have a recurring nightmare when I was about 4 or 5. That I got out of bed to go across to my parents' room across the landing, and it ran up the stairs and knocked me down the stairs. And I had that dream for about 2 years, like every night.
Yeah, there's always Rog as well. I remember Rog.
Yep, he was a big pink dude. He's like, hello, Burke. He was pretty cool too.
Rog.
He was good in. I like the episode when he fell and landed on Burke's head, and Burke was just stuck with his head clearly in Rog's gooch going, and Rog's like, oh, I like you, Burke. It's like, mate, you've got your gooch on his fucking lips.
You might like that.
Yeah, maybe. We can't see what blue monsters are into, can we? Maybe he's really into gooch play. Is that a thing?
Gooch play.
Shall we coin gooch play as a Shart Select term?
Yeah.
If you're into gooch play, we're gonna sue you. Okay, so that was Trapdoor. Next up, probably one that needs no introduction. Can we sing the theme tune, please, all three of us, and harmonise?
What is it?
Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. You have to sing it
Oh,
all together.
Teenage
Mutant
Teenage
Turtles. Teenage Mutant Teenage Turtles. Teenage in the bedroom. Masturbating. That's a very old Shart Select reference. That's for like episode 2 or something, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, or Ninja Turtles as it was known as outside of the UK, because the head of the BBC had a real hard-on for ninjas and didn't like them.
So I did like the Turtles.
Oh, fucking awesome, mate. I've lived, breathed, and fucking slept turtles for years of my
Yeah,
childhood.
Turtles were ace.
Yeah.
The films were a bit poo.
We loved them. when we were
Shredder
kids,
was a
though.
bit hench though, wasn't he?
He was a fucking beast, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a bit of a unit, wasn't he?
Literally, that's. I'm sure that's where the word shredded come from, based on him.
Yeah, I think it did. Did you know he was voiced by Uncle Phil from The Fresh Prince?
Oh, was he?
Yeah. How cool is that? It's Uncle
I mean,
Phil.
like,
Yeah.
about the live action as well. I'm proper shredded just because you've been looking at Shredder, see how big he is.
Now you've
What
got
about
to
when he
think-
came Super Shredder?
Oh,
Super
yeah.
shredded.
When he
Yeah,
burst out.
super
it's like-
shredded.
Did he break out from under a pier or something?
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I remember that. I think it'd be good if Uncle Phil had played Shredder. This guy's
Treated him well easy though, didn't he?
Yeah, of course they did. They're the fucking turtles. They always beat him. When the evil
He just
Shredder
knocked the
attacks-
pier down on top of him.
Yeah, I think they did, didn't they?
Yeah, that's when he turned super and then just did something else and he died.
When evil Shredder attacks, those turtle boys don't something that rhymes with attacks. I can't remember what it was. Don't take no slack or something, which makes no sense.
Don't cut him no slack.
Yeah, it's not like that, isn't it? Anyway, it aired in 1987, so I would have been 3 when it first came out. And everyone knows it's sort of based on a famous comic book run, but they made it all soft and kid-friendly, of course, for TV, because they do. And again, it was a massive drive to sell action figures, because they all fucking sold out that year. And I think I got a Michelangelo, and he's my least favourite turtle, guys.
Yeah, he was a bit of a knob, wasn't he, Michelangelo?
Yeah.
The party dude.
Yeah, Patty, he's so knighted, isn't he? That's rad! I was always more a Leonardo fan. He was the leader and had 2 katanas. He was fucking cool, wasn't he?
Never used them though, did he?
No, of course not. He just wore them on his back. Oh, he used them to kill a robot every now and again.
Just ornamental pieces.
Donatello with a big stick.
Oh, well. Yeah.
Big turtle stick.
You know why? Because he did machines. If you
yeah.
saw a coffee machine, his turtle dick was in there instantly. It's like, fucking hell, Don. But
Speaking
yeah.
of turtle dicks, I like pointing them out when you see them in shops. Or gherkins, as they're called sometimes.
Depends which shop you go to, innit?
Stu, like, there's a jar of turtle dicks over there. Hey. That's very on brand for Shart Select.
Oh, I said that we went shopping the other day, and it's like, oh, look, there's some turtle dicks there. And so I was like, oh, do you want to get them? It's like, no, I just wanted to say turtle dicks out loud.
Well, yeah. Any excuse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Any excuse to get it in there. Did you guys ever watch the recent Turtles films, which Michael Bay did?
I watched the first one.
So forgettable, isn't it? My favourite
Which one
was-
had... Didn't the last one have Bebop and Rocksteady in though?
I didn't see the last one because the first one was so forgettable.
Yeah, I think Bebop and Rocksteady in it.
Remember the first one, right? David Fincher played Shredder, and the ending was just the ending of the first, what's his name, Spider-Man film. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man film. Like, the baddie puts a device on top of a building that spreads gas that turns you into baddies. And he has to go up there and stop him. It's pretty much the same fucking plot device. But they set the turtles up instead of Spider-Man. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, it wasn't the best. And the turtles had people faces. That was fucking weird.
Not literal people faces.
Ooh!
That'd be even weirder.
Well, yeah. Do you remember the 90s the 90s live-action series as well, where they introduced a female turtle that had turtle tits?
No.
Why did the turtle have turtle tits? It's called Venus de Milo. You see what they did there? But, oh my god, it was so bad. Like I think they just used the same animatronics and costumes from the original films, but didn't like upgrade them or anything. So they looked fucking gash by like late 90s standards. It was so bad.
I've seen that.
So yeah, it's all about the original cartoon, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
Nothing else matters to me.
It's like Bebop and Rocksteady. I'm pretty sure we had those as toys.
See, I only ever had I had one Michelangelo. What are you supposed to do with that? Supposed to hang around my alien figures when he's twice the size of them.
Oh, alien figures. I had a load of them.
Oh yeah, I nearly got them all. The only one I didn't get was the Swarm alien, because it was out of stock everywhere. And then my mum gave them all away. Just gave them away.
Yeah, my mum did the same thing. We had a Millennium Falcon toy that was given away.
Yeah, we did too. I had an X-Wing and everything that like a cousin gave us. And my mum was like, nah, fuck that. Gave them all away at a fucking car boot sale. The only thing we saved was the Attack Walker. And then covered it in Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles transfers. Poor thing. Probably ruins the resale value a bit. So next up, do you want to introduce us to the next one?
Chundercats.
Chundercats. Meow. Like that.
Yeah.
Or alternatively, there's Thundercats, which was a 1985 cartoon, and was about people that were also a bit like cats, and also they thundered. What was the leader called? He was called Lionel, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And he wore like a blue...
Lionel?
Lionel! He wore like a blue lady's swimming costume.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And what did he do with that sword? He had like a catchphrase with his sword, didn't he?
Thundercats. Oh!
It was like, thunder! Thunder! Thundercats! He had to build it up, didn't he? As I recall. I didn't watch much of Thundercats.
Wasn't Thundercats one with that weird snarf creature thingy?
Yeah.
Yes! Which is something I want.
Snarf!
I mean, I was going to bring this up a bit later because I forgot about Snarf, but it's true. Fucking 90s comedy relief cartoon mascots.
Yeah, looking at you, Slimer.
Well, yeah, he's coming up. Let me tell you about that fucking green potato-looking twat. He's coming up later. Yeah, he was in the movie for 2 seconds. And he's like, fucking stole the cartoon, didn't
That's
he?
a fucking main part in the show, yeah.
Well, we'll talk more about him later anyway. Who else was there in Lionel's squad in Thundercats? There was
Panthera.
Panthera's the one. There was a lady that was like a leopard with big 80s hair.
Yeah.
And they all wore swimming costumes for some reason. Like, they're just, like, we're going to go to the swimming pool, but got waylaid by Mumra.
I remember having the Thundercat sword. You
Oh,
pressed
nice.
the button and the line thing lit up in the middle.
Oh, yeah,
I've
reminds me.
never really watched Thundercats. But...
I had the He-Man sword, Stu, and I've still got it. It's in my loft. It still works. It'd be worth £90 if I hadn't chewed the end of it as a child. But you press the buttons, it goes... like that. It's fucking dead because I can scare the cats with it. I just jump out from behind around corners at home going, "Be gone, cats!" and trying to attack them like He-Man. I am the power! Like that. But yeah, Thundercats, I didn't really watch much of it myself. I suppose Stu's our resident Thundercats expert.
Not really.
No? I know they had a tank that was pretty cool. Because some kid had a toy of it in primary school and I was intensely jealous of them. To the point where I actually wanted to wish them harm because I wanted it that badly. What a jealous little twat I was. But there you go. Did you guys see the remake of Thundercats cartoon?
Yeah, it's all...
It's like anime-ish, isn't it?
No, it's a style called? It's a Californian cartoon style, but I can't remember what it's called.
It was quite good, wasn't it? I watched the episode, I was like, it's alright that. Quite enjoyed it. But yeah, I was going to say something else. Yeah, Mumra, he was a laugh. I want to quickly mention him. He was a mummy, a typical Egyptian mummy. When he got angry, he turned into a buff Egyptian mummy. That's just his power. He just got hench. And he still got battered by the Thundercats, didn't he? So, next up, we've got a cartoon that's recently had a remake that really upset people. I don't know why. But it is, of course, DuckTales, isn't it? DuckTales.
Away!
DuckTales. Like that. It's famously so good that it inspired a pop band from the early 2000s to make a song that was pretty much just the DuckTales theme.
Oh yeah, Alphabet.
Yeah, Fascination it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
remember Stu played the two side by side on YouTube like, it's just the same fucking song. It's just the same fucking song! But yeah, DuckTales came out in 1987, and it ran for a total of 100 episodes, so it did well there, didn't it? Mm. And it's, the main character is Uncle Scrooge, who was a fucking skinflint duck, who had
Doesn't
a
wear
massive...
any trousers.
Yeah, famously is really well dressed, like from the waist up, but completely butt naked from the waist down, which is fine until you realise he had his child nephews with him, who he made dressed the same.
Yeah.
Now I'm not insinuating anything here, but I think Scrooge McDuck. I think Operation U-Tree needs to look at Scrooge McDuck. I said
Huge McNonce.
Huge McNonce. Apart from he's got loads of money, so he can just pay him off, can't he?
Yeah.
Although when they come to get him, he just dives into his load of money and breaks his fucking neck, which is what would really happen if you jumped into a pool of gold.
Yeah, because it's solid. Doesn't suddenly turn to a liquid if you've got a lot of it.
Oh, yeah, fucking
Yeah, but there's a bit where he comes back, he surfaces out of his pool of coins, then spits load out like water.
Does he not know where those coins have been? Someone could have shoved those up their slit.
What?
Mickey Mouse could have had those coins stored in his bumhole. And like, and just shat them out, and then Scrooge McDuck picked them up and was like, oh, that's brilliant! And just put them in his mouth like, oh, these are lovely! And just spat fucking coins everywhere. He's not Shrek.
Come on, children, chase the coins!
Donkey! I just really want to say donkey, sorry. Yeah, children, come and look at me coins! And just fires them one by one out of his fucking duck pocket. Anyway, we were talking about DuckTales, right? There was a series of baddies. Like, every episode was pretty much about either he was looking for treasure or someone was trying to steal his treasure.
It was those creepy dog fellas, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's
dogs.
Yeah, like
there's weird, like, Mickey mutant people.
Yeah, I think the original one was called Pete, wasn't he? He was like a buff dog mouse thing. And they had, like, obviously a gang of them in DuckTales. And there was a witch who was a duck witch. Remember the duck witch?
Do you know there's a subsect of furries where people think or like to believe that they're goofy people?
Okay, so Goofy's got his own furry cult.
Yeah.
Maybe cult's a bit of a harsh word. We are inclusive here. It's like like his own gang of goofy furries. I mean, personally, I fucking hate Goofy as my least favourite Disney character, but I mean, whatever people are into, I suppose. Apparently, got a big following from Kingdom Hearts. I don't know. Have you ever tried to follow the plot for Kingdom Hearts?
No.
I do know Goofy is the only Disney character with a son.
Yeah, it's true, actually.
So he's the only one that's got his end away.
Yeah, yes. Fair play to Goofy, yeah. I mean, we all laugh at the guy, but he must have something going on. Gwash! Gwash! Oh!
When he gets his lipstick out, he goes, yuck.
I just did the impression of Goofy coming, and that's the lowest point of my podcasting career so far.
No, I reckon when he finally blows his load, he'd be with it. Yuck.
Yuck. Anyway, let's not talk about Goofy blowing his load and move on to the next one, shall we? Like, really quickly. It's a fellow Disney stable cartoon, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Who didn't wear trousers either.
Chip and Dale didn't. The rest of them seem to. No, Monty didn't wear trousers either, did he? The big Australian one.
Chip and Dale.
Rescue Rangers!
Isn't it weird how it's just the female character that they made to wear trousers?
Yeah, Gadget. But the thing is, even as a small kid, Gadget, pretty tidy for a mouse. Anyone else ever thought that?
You look at how thick she was.
She is a bit thick, isn't she? She's got good hips.
Good childbearing hips.
Good mouse-bearing hips. Look at Gadget, it's like, oh, fair enough, Gadget.
Gadget going, yeah, fucking hell, I'd give her some babies.
I was always thinking, how are Chip and Dale not all over her, man? She's the only female member of the crew, and she's pretty tidy for a mouse.
Wasn't there a big mustached mouse there that wore a big trench coat?
Yeah, Monty.
Yeah, Monty. He was a big, thick mouse.
He was, yeah.
Thick mouse, yeah. And he was the Australian one, wasn't he? Now I just imagine him to have the voice of Chopper, though.
And well, they dressed up as Magnum P.I., wasn't it? And Indiana Jones.
Yeah, that was right, yeah.
Based on.
Monty's there going, they're laughing at my ears, mate! They're laughing at me, they're laughing at my ears and my tits! I ought to report you to the fucking RSPCA. But yeah, Chip and Dale was pretty good. I remember the baddie was a really thin metaphor for an organised criminal in that he was a fat cat. He wore like loads of jewellery and like a big suit and stuff. He was like, okay, so he's just a gangster then, isn't he?
Had a good theme song as well.
It did, it was a fucking unreal theme tune. I
think I remember the film more than the cartoon.
Was there a film?
Was there?
Oh, was it a 2 hour special, wasn't there?
What? I
What?
don't know about this. I need to watch
The
this.
Rescue Rangers, wasn't it?
I'm going to watch this by myself, right? Well,
I think-
right, when the wife's out, with just some Kleenex in case Gadget comes on. It's like, maybe.
Yeah, there was a 2 hour movie special, Rescue Rangers to the Rescue.
Fucking hell.
It was later broken up into 5 parts to air on a weekday run.
Fucking
That's
hell.
probably where I've seen it. I don't remember actually watching it film.
They had the comedy mascot. There was a fly in the red jumper.
Yeah, probably watched it where it was like part 1 and then part 2, part 3.
Yeah,
Watched it all
probably.
separate, like.
Do you guys remember the fly in the red jumper? The mascot.
Yeah.
He wasn't too bad though. He wasn't as annoying as some of the others. He was sound. He was sound, mate. Just fucking leave it.
Not like, snuff, snuff!
Ugh. Fucking prick. Next up is we're cheating a bit because it's not from the 80s or 90s. It's actually much older.
Actually, maybe we should... I wonder if the Wizards ever recruit a weird 80s cartoon character mascot.
Oh, they probably will at some
Comedy
point.
relief. Maybe.
Yeah. They tried to pass you off as that, Stu, at one point, if you remember.
Yeah.
They wanted to make it go, Stew, Stew! But you wouldn't do it. You saw your ass with them, as I recall.
Well, it's because it made me have my arse out.
Yeah,
I was not allowed to wear trousers.
Assless chaps.
If someone likes to do fan art, by the way, I would love to see that in fan art for Stu as a 90s mascot in assless chaps going, Stew, Stew! Come on, please get that drawn for me. It'd be amazing.
Any fan art I'll do. I want to see a picture of the Wizard's Tower.
I actually started drawing one, but I don't know where I put it. It's really good. If I did not to blow my own strumpet.
Do you not put it on your fridge?
Yeah, I should do. My missus puts it on the fridge. It's very good. Like that bit in Family Guy. Like, what the fuck is this? I think it's meant to be us, and they just start laughing. Stewie breaking Stewie's heart. It'd be like that, wouldn't it? Next up, anyway, we're cheating a bit because it's not from the 80s or 90s, but it had a massive resurgence when we were kids. Mainly thanks to the movie Space Jam. It's Looney Tunes cartoons.
The Looney Tunes cartoons were amazing. If one came on and it said directed by Chuck Jones, you're in for a treat.
If it's directed
They were all
by
amazing.
Dick Jones, it's not as good.
If it was anyone else, just turn it off.
Yeah, it's like, which one's your favourite one, guys?
Mine's always Wile E. Coyote.
Wile E. Coyote.
Super genius.
Yeah,
I like the way that rolls
out.
out. Wile E. Coyote.
Like the one where he's got a roll-up door. rolls up the door and then knocks on it, which a Bugs Bunny to answer.
I think my favourite two are both Daffy Duck ones, and I can't choose between them. So I have the one where Bugs Bunny keeps rewriting the episode as it goes along, so it's fucking
Oh, yeah,
weird
that's a
shit's
good one.
going on.
Oh, yeah.
Or the one where he goes to space and fights with Marvin the Martian, Duck Dodgers. That one's fucking well good.
I do like Wabbit Season, though. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Classic.
You got Quack Busters as well.
If I had to shoot him now, I'll wait till you get home.
My favourite one with Duck Season is when you're like, Rabbit Season, Duck Season, they're pushing the shotgun barrel back and forth. And then Bugs Bunny kind of pushes it back on himself and goes, Rabbit Season. And then Daffy Duck steals back, Duck Season, shoot! And just blows his beak backwards. Oh, it was so good, man.
It was... and there's what's the other one, classic one? I can't remember how it started, but somehow they ended up in ancient Rome. Bugs Bunny's being chased by Yosemite Sam.
Yosemite Sam! Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, and they're going through some lion pen and he drops down this alarm clock.
Oh, yeah, I remember it.
Sets it off against all the lions.
The only Looney Tunes character I actively despised was Tweety. I fucking hated Tweety. For the same reason I hate Jerry. You're supposed to root for him, but he's a smug cunt. I'd rather Sylvester won any day of the week. And Jerry was worse for it. Like, Tom would be minding his own business, having a nap, and Jerry would come over and fucking paddle his ass with a frying pan. What the fuck are you done that for?
Aye.
Well, yeah, bit something going on there. But yeah, it's like,
S&M.
What, do you reckon they're just in a really, like, kinky relationship?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
There was a child in that as well, isn't there? In Tom and Jerry. He always gets fucking Jerry in trouble.
Can we just mention at this point, introducing child versions of the main characters in cartoons is a death sentence.
Yeah, Scrappy Doo.
Scrappy, cunting, twatting, do. What the fuck is he all about? Let me out.
And
Go on, then.
why are they the ones that only can talk as well?
Yeah, they have to give them voice. Do you know why I think they did it? I think they did it because at some point they thought that kids only resonate to kid characters that could speak. It's the same reason they introduced Elmo in Sesame Street, apparently. Because he's like a fucking simpleton child character. They introduced him because they thought that kids are too stupid to understand the more advanced characters, when they're not. It's just patronising and it's shit. Stop it! Sorry. Rant over. Sorry about that. But yeah, do you know Looney Tunes went from started off in the 1940s?
Yeah, there's some really classic ones, yeah.
Yeah, there's also a few really racist ones that they had to pull, but people have become a bit more sort of aware over the years, haven't they, I suppose? But I think Disney...
woke.
Yeah, I mean, that's what some people call it, yeah, woke, aware, whatever you want to call it. But Disney did that really racist one as well, is it Song of the South, the really racist one that they had to pull. And I was quite relieved that when they did that live-action Lady and the Tramp, they actually got rid of the racist cats as well.
Did they?
Yeah, they were more jazz-singing cats. They were a bit better. It was like, tell me they're not going to do We Are Siamese. Fucking hell. And they didn't. It was like, oh, that's all right then. But, yeah, there you go. That's that conversation for another day. Yeah, I mean, who would you say is who is your favourite Looney Tunes character as well, just to round off on this one?
Started with that, but whatever. We've already asked that question.
No, it's our favourite episode.
No, character.
Oh, did
Wile
you?
E. Coyote, and you said Daffy Duck.
Yeah, it's a Daffy Duck episode.
Oh, right.
I mean, Bugs Bunny's got to be the favourite, because he's just a fucking smart ass, isn't he? Daffy Duck was funny, though. But okay.
I quite like some of the Sylvester ones.
Yeah, so I just felt sorry for Sylvester. I didn't like their ones as much.
Sweetie Pie's a fucking cunt, isn't
He
he?
is! Yeah, oh! Fucking dick! Sorry. I keep getting angry. Stop talking about Sweetie Pie. It's getting me fucking hard. In rage.
If you have a lot of erections today,
I've got to stop saying this. I'm going to be fucking sectioned. Alright, so next up, I've just put them under a blanket thing, Sonic and Mario cartoons. Because obviously
Shite.
Oh, they were so bad. Let's start with the fucking Sonic one. The original Sonic one I'm mainly talking about. Do you remember that?
Chili dogs!
Yeah. I remember, right? When it was announced, I was fucking well excited for it. Obviously, we had a Mega Drive. Big Sonic fan. It's like, oh, here we go. Fucking Sonic cartoon. Yes! And Dr. Robotnik looked fucking different. Like he had a fucking dick on top of his head or something. And you hung around with those stupid badniks, Scratch and Grounder. You were like, hey there, Dr. Robotnik. I was like, I don't like it. But I watched it anyway because I was a devoted Sonic fanboy. And I didn't like it, though, at all. And do you remember at the end of every episode, they had that fucking, like, PSA thing? Like, teaching kids a lesson. This is what I was going to bring up, because it does make me fucking angry that they did this. Patronising shit. Remember it? Yeah?
I think so.
Like, one episode, they actually did a nonce warning at the end of a Sonic episode. They must have seen Ryan hanging around Tails. It was like, remember, kids, don't get in the back of vans with strangers. Or Sonic wouldn't let Dr. Robotnik show him his penis, and stuff like that. It was fucking awkward. It was like, what the fuck? Then they did that really edgy cartoon afterwards. Remember that one? Where he was like in the Resistance in the dystopian future, and Dr. Robotnik was like the leader of the dystopian city. Oh, it was so edgelord. I don't have time for that.
No, I only watched maybe 1 or 2 episodes of the Sonic series. That's about it.
You weren't missing much.
I didn't even see any of the Mario ones.
They even tried to introduce like other baddies apart from Robotnik. It's like, why bother? Sonic is famous for Dr. Robotnik as the baddie. Even Jim Carrey seemed to have got the idea of that, right? Fucking hell, it's so bad. But I still watched it. Now, Mario cartoons. Did any of you guys ever see the Super Mario Super Show?
No.
Yeah, it was a live action bit at the start, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. They were like really shit rap. Did a rap at the start that was terrible. With the Mario Brothers, it was so bad. Am I allowed to play it right now? Can I find it?
That sounds like really cringy.
Oh, it's so cringy. Let me see if I can find it. You guys need to fucking hear this. Super Mario Super Show. There we go. Right. Is it just the intro? I just want the intro. Right, are you ready? Here we go.
Hey, paisanos! It's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show! With the Mario Brothers and plumbing's a game. We're not like the others who get all the fame. If your sink is in trouble, you can call us on the double. We're faster than the others, you'll be hooked on the brothers. Yo, you're in for a treat, so hang on to your seat. Get ready for adventure and remarkable feats. You'll meet Koopas and Troopers, the princess and the others. Hanging with the plumbers, you'll be hooked on the brothers to the bridge.
That's quite enough of that. How cringy is that? Do you reckon they're like, what are kids into these days? Mario and rap music. It's so bad. And they used to have guests on as well. Like they had Milli Vanilli on one episode. Before they famously got caught miming the songs for the... Oh my god, what do you think of that? Do you like that?
Yeah, never watched the Super Mario show.
You weren't missing much. It was really bad, but it needed the mentions for that fucking intro. Fucking hell, I lost my place on my list. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, so just to give it some sort of... So yeah, obviously Sonic the Hedgehog, we all know about him. Cunt. And Mario and Luigi were cringy as shit. Obviously it's all just an advert for Nintendo and Sega at the end of the day, but... So the next one, I think I might be in trouble for missing this out because someone's put it in massive capital letters on the list. Dungeons and Dragons.
Finish on that one then, and have a look for some information before we start.
Okay. Well, should we forge on and drop that one last year? Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
Alright. Next up, we've got Brave Star! What do they have, everyone? What's his moves, his skills?
Strength of the bear.
Yep.
Speed of the puma.
Yep.
And sight of the eagle.
Yeah, I think it was, wasn't it? And you had a horse cyborg called...
50-50.
Yeah, that's the one. Nifty. Whereas this cyborg horse that had a blunderbuss. And he was a Native American like sheriff in the future, wasn't he?
Yeah. He was buff as well.
He was. Would you say he was thick?
I think the horse was more thick.
That was a thick horse, wasn't it?
That was a thick horse.
There's a thick boy. It was actually made by the same people who made He-Man.
The baddies look really good in it as well.
Was the baddie like a purple cowboy with a handlebar?
Yeah, it's like a wrinkly old cowboy with a big white moustache, and he had horses that were like the jet bikes in Star Wars.
I think he was called Tex or something, wasn't he? That standard cowboy name. There's a famous episode apparently in which a boy buys a drug called Spin and becomes addicted to it and dies of an overdose. That's fucking dark. It's not fucking Rent. What the fuck? Brave Star, what do we do? This is way above my pay grade, guys. I just beat up guys for mining gold illegally. I don't understand why people put fucking dark things like that in kids' cartoons. What are you trying to achieve? I'm not going to fucking absorb it, are we? Fuck. You ready for the next one? Ready to move on to the next one?
I put up another one that might fit in between, just as a little side note, because it had a good theme song. Jason the Wheel Warriors.
I never watched that. It's quite an older one, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is an old one. That's when they had like these cars that had like half cars, half plants.
Yeah.
Of all things.
It was like stop motion thing, wasn't it?
No, it was cartoon.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of something else then. I'm thinking of something in the wheelies. That's different.
It had a good song.
Yeah. Well, how did it go, Stu? Sing it for me.
I can't remember. It was just Wheel Warriors.
I'm happy with that. That's a really good sting. I'm happy with that.
I don't remember that at all.
Don't you?
No.
You must do. It was around the same time as Brave Star.
I don't remember watching Brave Star much.
So next up, to save Ryan from trying to remember melting his brain, we've got another cartoon with a fucking excellent intro. Maybe the best one in my opinion. Skeleton Warriors! Which was... You guys ever watched that one?
I had the toys.
Yeah, I think I had the toys.
Yeah, I had Baron Dark. I saved up loads of 2p's and 1p's and 10p's, so I had £8. And handed it all over in Woolworths for Baron Dark. The poor guy behind the counter looked like he was going to fucking eat his own tongue in rage. When some, 9-10-year-old kids like, can I buy this, please, mister? And puts a massive jar of change on the counter. But yeah, it was really good. It was about, obviously, skeleton warriors. They were the baddies. And they were just doing evil shit, trying to get a crystal. And the good guy...
Crystal of suspicious fluids.
Maybe it was. Maybe it was a crossover.
Could be, couldn't it?
Yes. Get out of my tower, Baron Dark. And the goodie was called Prince Lightstar, which is the most macho prince name I've ever heard. And obviously they fought the Skeleton Warriors! And, there was, so Baron Dark was the baddie, but I think there was a skeleton which had cyborg arms as well. Like, he had 6 arms. He was a cool character. And obviously when you killed them, they just reconstituted themselves because they're skeletons.
I had the skeleton toy where the bloke had a skeleton with 4 arms.
Oh, yeah. So I had Baron Dark, the main baddie. He looked like he was from Kiss, but he was a skeleton. He was fucking well cool, man. That was a really good cartoon. I also had a big CG gold skull at the start that went exposition, and then the show started. But yeah, Skeleton Warriors, watch it. It's very, very good. Very good. What's Stu? Which one's next?
It is Sharky and George, the crime busters of the sea.
I'm so happy that you sang that then. If you just said it, I would be really disappointed.
If you got up early enough on Saturday morning, Sharky and George was on.
Yeah.
Or school days as well, yeah. If you're up early enough.
I remember watching it at 6 a.m. on a Saturday morning. I used to sneak down to watch cartoons. Sharky and George is part of the powerhouse French cartoon duo of the era. And it was about a city called Chicago, see what they did there, in the ocean, where the main characters they were like detectives, I suppose, weren't they?
Yeah, and against the mafia fish.
Yeah, there was George, who was like a yellow and blue fish, and there was Sharky, who was... I mean, he's meant to be a shark, but he doesn't look much like a shark.
Pink, isn't he?
Just a big pink sort of hastily drawn thing that hangs around with George. I don't think he was a shark at all. A lazy pink shark with a huge nose, as someone's written it down on the Wikipedia.
He's quite a thick shark, though.
He is a thick one, isn't he? I think you're right. And they combat the mad plans of conquest of the many villains and gangs, such as Dr. Medusa, who was Dr. Jelly in English versions, a mad scientist and self-proclaimed master of the world, he was, and Red Lobster, or Colonel Claw in English. Why did they change all the names? German commander of the army of Black Crab. Why was he German? Are you just trying to say there were Nazis under the sea? The Black Crab, they like Hydra, hail crabs. But yeah, Sharky and George was amazing, mainly for its theme tune, to be fair. And it always started with a little fish swimming through the screen going, extra, extra! Remember that? So, Ryan, what was the second famous French cartoon from the era?
The second famous French cartoon from the era?
Next on the list.
Oof. Diddle-diddling. It's Inspector Gadget, isn't it?
Yeah, it is indeed Inspector Gadget.
And the main villain was just a hand.
Well,
We had a lot to say about this when we used to discuss Inspector Gadget, how fucking inept he was, and how he
exactly.
was just shit.
The government spent a fucking fortune on augmenting this guy. How the fuck did they do it to him and not some, like, Navy SEAL or something?
Or get his niece to do it. She solved all the crimes.
Exactly. He only got any kudos
and her dog.
Yeah, because
Yeah, a fucking dog.
Literally a dog solved the cases. Did they ever get any credit? Did Gadget ever say, nah, to be fair, guys, it's Penny and this dog that are doing it. Penny and Brain that are doing it. I'm just a bumbling idiot. Did he ever say it? Did he ever cop up to it? No. He just kept on going and got all the pay rises and all the money and all the medals, and he got them all through fucking lying. Inspector fucking dickhead, more like. Yeah, and the main
Go Gadget dildo.
Yeah, go Gadget dildo hands and things like that. They cut that episode out. It was a bit too
Gadget
risque.
piston dick.
Oh no, it won't stop. He had a helicopter that came out of his hat. That was a famous thing he had, wasn't it? Do you remember the movie with Matthew Broderick in?
Did he ever have a Go Gadget gun, though, did he?
Again, could have solved so many problems. Couldn't really. Yeah, but no, he was too inept for even that, wasn't he? I used to have to eat a message that self-destructed like Mission Impossible.
That always reminds me of... you could class it as 90s cartoon, Futurama.
Oh, yeah.
One of the later episodes, it's a what if episode, and they're doing the Wizards of Oz, basically,
Yeah.
a parody of that. They get to the professor, and it's Zoidberg asking for some more courage, and he goes, who needs courage when you can have a gun? Gives him a gun.
Exactly, it would solve so many problems. Yeah, the baddie was the Claw, Dr. Claw, wasn't it? Can someone please do any impression of Dr. Claw for me?
You can't see it because it's just a hand.
Well, yeah, but do the impression of it.
I don't know, I can't remember.
Go on, Stu.
Long
you can
time
do
ago,
it.
the
You can
90s.
do it, Stu.
Just
Come on, guys, it's famous.
Next time, Gadget.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. I'll get you.
That's what you said, wasn't it? Famously. Yeah. So yeah, it was a good
He had a
cartoon.
cat as well, didn't he?
I don't think he had a cat. He had a dog. He had that car that transformed into a van as well. A bit pointless, but.
No, Dr. Claw.
Oh yeah, he had a cat, didn't he? Yeah. It was a big black and white one that was like looking all smug all the time. But then you'd be smug if your main nemesis was an inept cunt with some cyborg augmentations. It was like Deus Ex written by idiots. Like if Adam Jensen didn't solve any of his cases, just some kid did it. What if Inspector Gadget said though, I never asked for this? And had a really gritty backstory about how he was nearly killed like RoboCop and they had to rebuild it. The Hooded Claw's like,
Give the man a hand. Cops don't like me, so I don't like cops.
You should listen to our ancient RoboCop spin-off episode we did, seriously. Who's got a big willy now? And all that business. Yeah, okay, so I think we've talked enough about probably old Inspector Gadget at this point, haven't we? Oh, he had a moustache in the French version, but not in the English version. Why? Okay, moving on.
Did he?
He did! You watch it back on YouTube, right? And half the videos he's got a moustache, and half the ones he hasn't.
Weird.
Yeah. Did they think, oh, moustaches, a bit French. Don't think the English will like that. It's like, what the fuck? Ned Flanders has a moustache, and he's famous. But there we go. So next up, we're going into...
Just speaking of Ned Flanders and stuff, it's got me thinking again about the Simpsons and all this Black Lives Matter things at the moment.
Yeah.
A lot of voice actors are retiring from the roles if they're playing.
They want to give the people of appropriate colour a chance to play them.
Yeah,
parts,
like the guy
don't
that
they?
plays
Which is fair
voices Cleveland has been doing it for 20 years and he's stepped down from the role.
Yeah, which is
and
fair
it's,
enough. I
And
can understand
it's
it.
like a white guy doing it. It should have always been a black guy voicing a black guy.
Exactly. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Like, people kick it off saying he's being woke and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's just like, oh, maybe I should give some black actors a chance to play black characters. It's like a white guy wouldn't play a black character in a live action thing, would he? You're like, what are you doing?
Maybe back in the day.
Yeah, back in like the 70s.
Horrible blackface or something
Yeah,
like that.
exactly.
God.
Oh, there's some cringe shit in the 70s, wasn't there? Remember my granddad used to watch this thing called Rise and Damp, right? In a 70s sitcom about a landlord who was a cunt, and there was a black guy in it. And at one point he's saying he's got to go dancing, and the white guy's like, what are you going to do? With a spear around a fire? And it was like, fuck! Fucking hell, Rigsby, you can't say that! It's like, But yeah, exactly. That's the kind of old shit people used to go out with, wasn't it? So next up, we're going for a 1991/92 animated show. You two might not have watched it, so I'll go over it briefly if you're not. But you guys ever watched the Tintin cartoon?
Shit.
I loved it, mate. I got well into it. You ever watch it, Ryan?
No.
I don't want to talk about it because I used to watch it on a Saturday morning and I really enjoyed it. Then one episode, right, was about this Mayan curse. And he's got this crystal ball and he goes to sleep in his hotel at night with this crystal ball on the side. And a fucking Mayan mummy, like a really graphic, scary looking thing, comes in through the window to get the crystal ball. And I was like 5 or 6 years old and I was like, what the fuck is that? And I actually ran upstairs and hid under my bed, under my covers, because it scared me that much. And I had nightmares about it for months. It was like really scary, man. It's like normally just like light-hearted capers. And then that comes along and it's like, what the fuck? It's like watching SpongeBob SquarePants when you're like a kid, and all of a sudden there's a bit from Hellraiser cut into the middle of it. It was fucking terrifying. That's why, if anyone else was traumatised by that Mayan mummy, please let me know. But yeah, you guys ever get traumatised by any cartoons?
No.
Not that I can think of.
Not really, mate, no. Just me then.
Yeah, just fucking you.
Just me being delicate. But there you go. So next up is one we can all talk about, definitely. Don't even tell me we can't. From 1990, it was Captain Motherfucking Planet.
Captain
Planet.
He's a hero! Yeah, he was blue, and he had a green mullet with a flat top mullet. And he was summoned by Gaia, the spirit of the earth, to fight pollution-based villains. One of them was voiced by Jeff Goldblum. Did you know that?
No.
No, I can't remember which one it was now. But I remember the guy that was like a soldier, and he had a mohawk, and he was a real big thick boy. That's the main baddie I remember, because I had an action figure of him. But he had like this gang of teenage like heroes that had to summon him. I always felt sorry for the Brazilian one because they just got the power of heart. Like earth, wind, fire, water, heart.
Yeah.
And at the end.
The power of love.
Yeah.
Huey Lewis in the news. Just
Power of love!
giving it in the back.
Fucking heart. What are you supposed to do with that? When the fire guy's throwing fireballs about and the wind one's blowing trucks off the road. And you're just like...
And the love guys lacing your coffee with their hypnol.
That was the skill, they just knocked you out and bummed you.
Yeah.
Captain Planet's like, that is so not cool. It's like, come on, Captain Planet, I'm doing it to help you. Alright, fine. Captain Planet turned a blind eye for years and felt really guilty. And dragged
That's why
himself
they cancelled it. Cancelled the show.
It just reminded me, reading the information for it, this and quite a lot of these old cartoons were made by a studio called DIC Enterprises. And at the end of the cartoon, it used to go, da-na-na, dick. And it was the funniest thing when you were a kid. Like, Miles, it said dick! It was fucking unreal. But yeah, I mean, Captain Planet was actually really big for a hot minute, wasn't it? Did you guys have any of the action figures?
No.
Oh, you know, I had the thick boy, and I had Captain Planet himself. Which I got Captain Planet when I had 5 teeth taken out, because the laughing gaff acted funny on me. And even though I was happy, I couldn't stop crying for 24 hours. Even though I was like perfectly fine, I physically couldn't stop crying. So my mum felt sorry for me and got me a Captain Planet action figure.
I used to like getting toys when you'd been poorly or whatever.
Yeah, it was wicked, wasn't it? Don't get that anymore.
Remember when I broke my arm? I said, come on, let's go down Woolies and get you a toy.
Yeah, they're good, isn't it?
You know what I picked?
Go on.
A fucking Stretch Armstrong.
You cunt!
So I couldn't even play with it. I had to get Stu to come over and play Stretch Armstrong with me.
Could you hold
Stretch
the
it.
other arm,
Yeah.
please, Stu? You could have stood on one arm and just pulled it with your good arm.
It's not the same though, is it?
With your mouth.
It was fucking well heavy though, wasn't it? He was more of a weapon, Stretch Armstrong.
He was just. I think they were banned at my primary school, to be fair, when I was in the infants, because people kept throwing them at each other, causing concussions and things. Stretch, cutting Armstrong. Quick one I've just remembered off the cuff. Did you guys ever watch one called Pirates of Dark Water?
No.
It was like a fantasy pirate one, and it was really dark. Like, the tone was dark. There was no comedy in it. Like, there was a mascot, but he was dark as well. It was like really... And the baddie on that was a really thick boy. If you want to search the Pirates of Dark Water, you'll see the baddie, and he's really thick. But yeah, I just remember that, because I watched it for a few episodes, and it was really dark. Just that I mentioned that. Next up is one I personally fucking bummed as a kid. Do you ever watch Toxic Crusaders?
1 or 2 episodes, I think.
Stu, did you ever watch that one?
Yeah, a couple of episodes.
It was fucking well good, man. I loved it. It was based on the Troma movies, if you ever heard of them. Which are like really trashy, like horror B movies. And so it's based on them, but obviously made like sanitized for kids, as everything fucking was. And it starred some green mutant bloke called Toxie, who had a sentient mop. And he fought pollution-based baddies, because of course he did. The action figures were really good for them. Like, they were glow in the dark. They were all beautifully painted and stuff. I had a few of them. Oh, they were so cool. If anyone remembers Toxic Crusaders, then as the meme always says, you had the best childhood. You might not have been. You might have been beaten. I don't know. Blanket statement. I'm kind of upset that you guys never really watched it very much. I wanted to discuss it with somebody, but never mind. I remember there was a guy with a big nose and he had a wheel for a leg. He was good.
Oh yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, you see, it's all coming back to you, isn't it? And the baddie wore a suit and had like a big fucking back harness on that's just spat smog out all the time for reasons. It's like, why would you even wear that? It's like, ha ha ha, this will ruin the ozone layer. Why? What's your problem? Why are you doing this? Weirdos. Anyway, next up we're on to a really big one, which I know you two have enjoyed. The real Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah.
Which insinuates that the movies aren't real. It's like, well, these are the real Ghostbusters, mate. Fucking Bill Murray, he can suck a dick. Ryan's in tears here. Ryan's crying.
I'm upset about
I think the
real
nostalgia
Ghostbusters.
glands are too much for him. You need to take some nostalgia tablets. Yeah, real Ghostbusters.
Was it the same guy that voiced Garfield that voiced Peter Venkman?
Oh, possibly. I don't know. That's an interesting question. I'm not actually sure. Probably needs looking into that, doesn't it? But anyway, yeah, it was like
Bill Murray voiced Garfield.
Oh, I thought you meant in the cartoon, sorry. Yeah, Bill
No,
Murray.
the cartoon. No, because I think that's where it all stemmed from. Is because the same voice actor voiced Peter Venkman and Garfield, and people assumed it was Bill Murray.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's an interesting bit of trivia, Stu. Stu's breaking in with the trivia here. I like it.
I might be talking shit, but I think that's what it was.
Might be. Who knows? But Real Ghostbusters was it was like it says, a continued adventures of the characters from the movie, except they looked completely different. Like Peter Venkman looked nothing like Bill Murray. Egon Spengler maybe had a bit of Harold Ramis about him, but not much.
He had that weird hairdo that was like a tunnel.
Yes, tunnel fringe, like a wave, like a surfer wave.
Yeah, and Ray was well thick, wasn't
Yeah, Ray was a thick boy, wasn't he, in the cartoon? Like Dan Aykroyd, I wouldn't describe as thick, but Ray in the cartoon, he was thick. At least they gave Paul Winston a bit more to do in the cartoon. You know, it's in the film, Winston does absolutely nothing, bless him. Like, he just comes in later, it's like, can I be a Ghostbuster? Yeah.
Gets run over by a ghost train.
It's like the second one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In the first one, they don't give him much chance to do anything.
It's just an
he? He drives the car, doesn't he?
Yeah. Stu, what noise does the car make?
Can't remember if we could do it loud enough.
Try it. That's quite good. I like that. So, yeah, the cartoon. What did you guys think of the cartoon? I thought it was fucking amazing.
Except for Slimer.
Well, yeah, fucking Slimer. But I actually had I remember I had a duvet set of Real Ghostbusters and everything. It's fucking dead good. They were driving away from the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in the background. He was going to get them. It had the same theme tune that the movie had, the Ray Parker Jr. one, which was good. And as Ryan said, fucking Slimer they made into the front and centre fucking mascot to the point where he actually got his own. The show was retitled in 1988 to Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters. What does that tell you?
Was it?
Yeah, that's like Sting changing the police to Sting and the Police. What a cunt. Fucking Slimer, the most useless, fucking awful character, became the fucking focus of the fucking cartoon because 90s fucking mascots. Oh, God. I hate it. I feel like I'm getting angry a lot this episode, guys.
Yeah, I'm very angry.
Because they ruined all my cartoons with mascots and fucking clutching at the pearls and doing fucking PSAs at the end of every episode. Grr. Anyway, the series deals with social issues. That's a different one. This is the next entry, so I'm not going to jump into that too quick. So, next up's one I watched a bit of, but I know you two really enjoyed, so you two can take the helm on the next one.
I'm just sorry, looking at something else that just reminded me. Do you anyone remember the cartoon or animated one of Crash Test Dummies?
Yes! I do, because I love the toys.
Yeah, I had the toys.
There was a film one that we used to always watch that you got with one of the
yeah, it's like the first
one of the
episode.
sets.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it was alright, that was. I mean, it's weird that there was even a cartoon of Crash Test Dummies, but the toys were fucking awesome.
Do you remember that line from it you used to always say, right? What be done now, hush you dummy.
Oh, yeah,
you gotta find that head, or Dr. Soup will have you for sure. Yup, there it is.
Yeah, it's like a mustachioed one. Look like our granddad.
Yes. No, Granddad, he
He used to
also...
say that, like, basically. What he did, he bumped into this head and torso, and then he's like... And then he screwed the evil head on by mistake, and that's what created the villain. It's like an origin story. It was pretty good.
Your granddad, he famously also looks like Old Snake from Metal Gear Solid 4.
He is Snake from Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yeah, he fucking is. No, mine looks like. Fucking legend. So next up, we've got, from the 90s, it's X-Men cartoon. Which have one of the best intro songs probably ever, to be fair. The X-Men intro was well good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They introduced Jubilee, who didn't really do much. She could make fireworks happen. She was more introduced as like the audience proxy, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you follow the story through her basically. But I didn't watch a lot of it. I was more into the one of the next ones. But I know you guys really enjoyed it. It was based on the comic runs of the 90s, obviously, for the X-Men. And it was about, obviously, Professor X and his good old beef with Magneto, wasn't it? I thought he wasn't Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, it had all the good storylines. It had Sinister and the Savage Lands.
Yeah.
X-Men, Wolverine was in it a lot, same Bub.
Yeah, covered some of the Weapon X stuff.
Morph was in it.
Yeah,
Morph.
My only beef is, if you go back and watch these in recent years, some of the voice acting is a bit spotty. Like there's one where Storm goes, "No, my lightning," and she sounds like Master Fenrir. It's fucking weird.
They did Days of Future Past as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, most of the big ones.
Speaking of X-Men, just very briefly and off topic, have any of you seen that? Is it X-Men Apocalypse? The CG is fucking dog shit.
Yeah, it's shit.
It looks unfinished. I was watching it the other night. I was like, "This is terrible." And they
Apparently, the other one's supposed to be even worse. The one that finished off finished
Dark
off Fox.
Phoenix.
Yeah,
Just give it back to the MCU. What the fuck are you doing, man?
they have done now.
Good, because Apocalypse was fucking awful. It's worse than X-Men Origins, and that was bad. I think we went to watch that at the pictures, didn't we?
The only one that's okay is Days of Future Past.
Yeah, it was alright. It was just...
Is that the one that rewrote the universe to get rid of the old X films?
Yeah.
Did you notice as well that the character, is it Bolivar Trask, who was played by Dutch from Predator in X-Men 3, was played by Peter Dinklage in Days of Future Past. Two very, very different people.
Yeah, one's a tall black guy and
One's a short white guy.
Short white guy.
It's like, the fuck? I love a bit of miscasting. It's brilliant. Or retconning, should we say.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway.
The Days of Future Past film was alright.
Yeah. Apocalypse wasn't there.
Yeah.
So look, I just want to mention with the X-Men cartoon briefly, they deal with social issues, because of course they did, including divorce, Christianity, and the Holocaust, and AIDS hysteria. It's like, fucking hell. Talk about a product of its time, eh? The next one, of course, is one we all enjoyed. It's the 90s Spider-Man cartoon. For the info for this, I've just put Spider-Blood, radioactive Spider-Blood. Is that alright?
Yeah.
Is that what the words are?
Players.
Yeah.
Hench.
Is it?
Peter Parker.
I thought it was Spider-Boy.
No, it's Spider-Blood, radioactive Spider-Blood. Then that fucking wicked guitar solo comes in. Bow wow, bow wow, bow wow, bow wow. It's fucking dead good, wasn't it? That's the one, yeah. I've watched a few of these lately, and
It's on Disney Plus, isn't it?
yeah, man, they've both aged badly and are still brilliant. I don't know how that's even possible.
I just fast forwarded it a bit to the few episodes to get to the Sinister Six.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And then
I like
the
Man Spider.
The Man Spider series with Punisher and all that in it.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Punisher ones are well good.
like the first three episodes introduces the baddies like really ham-fistedly. Like Dr. Octopus comes in and he goes, "I remember Dr. Octopus." Then he goes to this full flashback, like voice flashback. "He was the best scientist I ever knew, and then something went wrong." And it's like the same thing every time.
Well, the very first episode / the pilot is the lizard.
Yeah, it's right.
Doc Connors, yeah.
I remember Doc Connors. He was a brilliant scientist. What happened to him? Oh, he's a lizard now. Yeah, it's like really clumsily introduced. Yeah.
Kind of thing, yeah.
But the funny thing was, like we've alluded to, everyone was fucking hench. Like the artist could only draw hench people.
Yeah, like Peter Parker, like 16-year-old college boy. Like,
Yeah.
ripped.
He's like a 30-year-old fucking...
Like fucking 30-year-old linebacker.
Fucking unit, wasn't he?
Absolutely
Even Aunt May was a unit.
buff old lady. And of course...
Peter Parker looked more hench he did as Peter Parker than he did as Spider-Man.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Something else that troubles me. Every episode's got J. Jonah Jameson in it. I've never noticed that, but he gets involved in every episode. Like, "I'm J. Jonah Jameson."
He's fucking ripped as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a fucking monster, isn't he? "I hate Spider-Man." Why'd you hate Spider-Man? "'Cause somebody killed my mother wearing a mask. So now I hate Spider-Man." What? And he creates Scorpion. Is that canon overall? Or did the cartoon just do that? Like, ooh, I'm going to make a superhero to rival Spider-Man. I'm just going to reject this petty criminal full of mutagens. Oh, he's turned evil now. Oh dear. I'm like, what the fuck? And why did Dr. Octopus look like Elton John?
I don't care. I still think it's good because it's even expanded further. There was a whole thing with the X-Men in it as well,
Yeah,
and
there
the
was.
Avengers,
It's crossover.
Iron Man.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
Well, it was like it was like a little. It was planned to be like it was a cartoon MCU before the MCU was even a thing.
Yeah, that's right.
Because
Yeah.
Spider-Man crossed over with X-Men, X-Men crossed over with Spider-Man, and then it was an Avengers cartoon as well.
Yeah, they had Punisher. Yeah. So, like you say, there's an episode with Iron Man in it where Spider-Man flies out of the roof. Spider-Man can't fly. What the fuck?
Yeah, they both fly out like the classic Iron Man bloody flying way.
And Iron Man looks like he's just wearing a fabric suit that looks like Iron Man, like a costume.
Yeah, like pajamas.
Yeah, that was the episode where with Venom and Carnage.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good
And
episode.
Iron Man and War Machine show up and help Spider-Man fight him.
Yeah, that's a
That
well
was a well good episode.
Iron Man pajamas.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I take the piss, but it was one of the absolute best cartoons of the era.
Oh, yeah.
Remember Michael Mobius, the edgelord vampire?
Yeah.
When Blade came in to help Spider-Man take him down. Spider blood, radioactive spider blood.
There's also an episode in the later seasons where they went to Madam Web,
Yes!
whatever, and they ended up going into like the multiverse of Spider-Man. So there's
Yeah.
all the different spiders, Ben Parker and
That was well
Scarlet Spider and all that. And there's one where there is no superheroes and it's just a Stan Lee gush fest. And it's just basically Spider-Man is it's just in the film, right, and comics. So then when Stan Lee meets this Spider-Man that we've been following for all the season, he takes him for web slinging around Manhattan. And then leaves him on the rooftop as Madam Web takes him back.
Stan Lee getting his little spam dagger in all over it. Oh, Stan, may you rest in peace. But yeah, that cartoon was fucking sick, wasn't it? Let's face it. I used to come home from school when I was allowed to come up, like be by myself when I was old enough. Put Fox Kids on Sky, and it'd be on Fox Kids. And they used to really badly put the adverts in. So it'd be like mid-sentence, like, "I'm gonna get you, Dr. Adverts." It's like, what the fuck? And it used to be really annoying, but it was very good. Spider-Man. Watch it. It's on Disney Plus. You got no excuse. So next up, I see we've got a couple just to mention briefly at the end, because I couldn't find a lot of info on these, even though I know one of them quite well. Here's T-Rex. If you guys want to explain that one.
T-Rex was 6 different coloured T-Rex dinosaurs, which weren't large predators like history would let you know. It was like regular, like 6 foot thick looking dinosaur men. We all wore trench coats and were all different colours, and they were just detectives.
As you would.
Yeah.
Like Theodore Rex. Just some fucking detective dinosaurs running around the place. I'm sorry, I don't remember that one at all. I must have seen it, because I watched most fucking cartoons from back in the day.
I think I remember his theme song was T-Rex. Was it?
Yeah.
I think Stu was making this up.
Was this a thing? I'm pretty sure it
Off
was.
the fucking cuff, like, oh shit, I need to make some of
And
that.
they were dinosaurs, thick dinosaurs, and they were detectives. Which makes me go back to the turtles briefly. Remember their disguise? They put a trench coat and a fedora
trench
on.
coats.
Oh, they're not turtles. They're just men in fedoras with trench coats. And the hunchbacks when they got the shells.
And you know what? I can't actually find anything about T-Rex cartoon. Is this just a fever dream?
It's
Made it up.
the Mandela effect. He's been telling himself it's real for years to the point where he believed it.
While Stuart's writing something up about T-Rex.
They're
Oh, I found it. I found it.
Oh, he's found it. Go on.
What was thinking of one? What was that other one? Was it like some kid was friends with a dinosaur, like skateboard?
Denver the Last Dinosaur!
Oh, that's
I
it.
fucking forgot about that! That was a fucking sick cartoon. Denver was a cunt, but it was a sick cartoon, wasn't it? The Last Dinosaur! He's your friend, and a whole lot more.
Nonsense.
Dino nonce! We've got to stop saying everything's a nonce. We're getting really bad for it.
Well, what else is a friend and a whole lot more?
Yeah, you're right, they were nonces. Dino nonces. Denver, the dino nonce. Don't let him near your kids, he's gonna bum them. But of course, he had to be a skateboarding dinosaur, didn't he? Because it was the 90s. It's like, how do we make him rad and down with the kids? Skateboarding.
Yeah. Speaking of skateboard as well, remember Rocket Power?
Only because Stu used to tell me about it. I've never actually
Rocket
watched
Power. We used to watch that, yeah.
it. Where they did stunts and it went beef! Also,
Yeah.
there were a few good Nickelodeon ones we forgot about, to be fair. Our Real Monsters was good.
Yeah. SpongeBob, that aired in '99, still going now.
Fucking hell, yeah. When I say Our Real Monsters, it was Real Monsters, not Our Real Monsters, like a northern person talking about the monsters. Oh, I know them, yeah. They're Our Real Monsters, then.
Do you remember that time we watched all the 80s cartoon intros?
Didn't we watch 2.5 hours of it?
Yeah,
Just
it's like,
sat
we've been
in
here
front-
2.5 hours watching this.
Just sat in front of your PC, like, whoa. for 2 hours. I think that's when we first awakened our nostalgia gland.
I think it was.
Yeah.
The Awakening.
Our gland awakening.
Just to round off quickly, I've got some information on Dungeons and Dragons.
Go ahead, lad.
There's also there was also comic relief unicorn in it as well.
Oh, there was.
There was. And the fighter looked like Adam Sandler.
He so did. Adam Sandler the Knight. I only remember there was a little wizened old man who was like the guide, the Yoda character.
He was Dungeon Master.
Dungeon Master.
Yeah, and the baddie was Tiamat, the multi-headed dragon god. I remember that.
Yeah, so originally aired 1983 to December 1985.
Yeah, man.
Three seasons. It did.
Not bad,
27.
Did it actually
episodes
end?
in total. Yeah,
It never actually finished, did it?
I think it did.
They just cliffhanger it and never picked
I think it
back up.
cliffhangered. It never finished.
Because they went on
Marvel
the
Productions. it was.
they went on a fairground ride, didn't they? And it turned into Dungeons and Dragons as it does.
Oh yeah, the final unproduced episode would have served as a conclusion as well as a reimagining.
Yeah.
As well as a reimagining had the series been picked up for a fourth season. However, the show was cancelled before the episode was made. The script can be found from various sources online and was performed as an audio drama as a special feature.
Yes, right. If it ends with "and it was all a dream," fuck's sake.
It was they did a live action it was a Brazilian car commercial, but they did a live action Dungeons and Dragons like the cartoon. It's fucking well good.
I need to check that
So
out.
definitely Google that when you get a chance.
Yeah, that sounds good. I need to check that out.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yes, it started with a group of friends aged 8 to 15 transported to the realm of Dungeons and Dragons by taking a magical roller coaster ride.
That was it, yeah.
And they turned up there and then greeted by the tiny dungeon master, and then that was it. They were trying to find their way home.
Why would the 8-year-old be friends with a 15-year-old? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, are there any more cartoons that we've remembered as we've gone along that you guys just want to bring up?
It's the car it's for is a Renault Kwid.
The Quid?
KWID.
What a stupid name for a car.
Yeah,
But anyway,
that's what it's for.
yeah, search for Renault Quid Dungeons and Dragons. You'll probably find it.
Yeah.
So, any more you want to mention whilst we're on the subject?
No, I'm happy with the ones we mentioned. Obviously, there's obviously loads more cartoons.
Yeah, we didn't mention Mask at the end there. We did have Mask. That was about transforming cars, and baddies and the goodies all had them. And again, they had a
Masked
shit
Crusaders.
mask. Yeah, which was a shit R2D2 looking thing with a motorbike wheel
What was that?
in Mask.
Oh, was it? What about the biker mice from Mars?
Yeah, never watched it. I suppose it's meant to be good.
There's some
Never watched
hench
it.
mice.
It was really good.
Some really jacked mice.
Basically, yeah. One was a cyborg, and one was a brown.
Yeah, he was
Brown
my
a
favourite
brown
one.
rat and what mousey thing. Well, they're biker mice, but they were rats, weren't they?
Yeah, that's a bit weird. That's
They're just different coloured mice.
Yeah, there's a white one that was like robotically enhanced. There was a brown one with big ears, and then there was like a beige one or a black one.
It's a grey one, wasn't it?
Grey.
Nice.
He had a chopper.
Yeah, of course they did. You know, biker mice from Mars.
Yeah, they all wore leather with like biking gloves on, and just to beat people up. But I couldn't remember the actual plot line.
I don't suppose you really need one, do you? They came from Mars on motorbikes.
Basically, yeah.
There was the Street Sharks, which was just a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles knockoff.
I used to have the toys for the street
Oh
sharks.
yeah, they're big rubbery toys. They're
Yeah,
heavy.
they were fucking ripped sharks as well.
They were thick as fuck. They were. They could be the thickest ones of all.
I think that's the problem with cartoons nowadays. Nobody's fucking hench enough.
Yeah,
So
they're not thick ones anymore.
if you had to pick the henchiest one for the wizards to watch first, which cartoon would you pick?
Street Sharks.
Oh, Street Sharks, and yeah, they were fucking.
See, I'd
Massive,
go
weren't
with the
Or Spider-Man.
90s Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But again, he was more buff when he wasn't Spider-Man, so he has to specifically be Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Spider-Blood.
Peter Parker or the biker mice from Mars. They were all pretty hench. All of them.
Let's face it, most of them were hench. Take your fucking pick. It was a really hench decade or two. I mean, He-Man, look at him.
Oh yeah, He-Man.
He's practically just a muscle with a head. So is He-Man. Remember that? Do you remember that Christmas episode of He-Man as well? Just to end on a funny note. Remember that?
No.
But I don't like. I like being evil.
I don't like being nice. I like being evil. It's so bad. I like fights. So much for the snow.
I'm not nice.
Yeah. Then it ended. It's just the YouTube clip ended with a man with an robot elephant head putting a star on top of a Christmas tree. So what the fuck does he do with that trunk?
Well, where does it go?
Exactly. I can also just very quickly mention as well that there's a character called Fisto. Fisto. Have you seen there's been a thing going around? It's got a picture of a panel for a He-Man comic where Fisto say, "I'm sorry, He-Man. I fisted until I can fist no more." It's like, fucking hell. Bit on the nose, isn't it? So yeah, that was our list of cartoons for the Wizards to watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Would you guys be confident handing that list to them?
Yeah.
Yeah, they like cartoons, don't they? They like cartoons. All right then. So, I guess it's time now for.
We've got another voicemail waiting, by the way.
Oh, have we? Best get it listened to, then, haven't we? Okay. Who gave the dummy thick man a phone?
I didn't know he could use phones.
No, that was really odd. It says on the info he tried to send it as a video message, but obviously their 80s answer phone can't handle it, so God knows what the fucking video was. I don't
His ass clapping back and saying.
Yeah, it must be. His big veiny ass just clapping back and forth. Like a couple of old melons just crashing into each other.
Slow-mo twerking his big ass at you.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, that was surprising, wasn't it? Okay. So, as we know, the Wizards are having a sleepover this week, and they're refusing to do the Wizards Tower. I asked Fenrig, and he threw a cup of piss at me. Which is fucking gross, but there you go. So we're not going to...
Why is he pissing in cups?
Because they're fucking animals, that's why. They're supposed to be enlightened wizards. And because they're having a sleepover, they're just like pissing and shitting in mugs. And then they keep leaving them outside the shed door. I hear them running off, giggling. Like that. Fucking weirdos. I bet they sent the fucking Tetris man before as well.
Probably, yeah.
So, this has been another episode of Shart Select. Before I hand over to Ryan for his merciless outro, I'm going to quickly ask our lovely listeners to go and visit my own little website at www.winstorfportal.blog. Just search for Winstorf, you'll probably find it that way as well. Because I write a lot of things, and I'm really happy when people read them. So go and check it out. You might like it, you might not. You might think I'm a cunt. I don't know. You might think I'm a cunt. Fuck you then. Ryan, outro please.
I've got something.
Oh yeah.
On Friday nights, we're doing D&D sessions.
Oh yeah, who's playing?
First one was last Friday. So the next episode is going to be this Friday.
Yeah.
And it's me, Haz from Grief Burrito,
Yep.
Tube from Zilla Inc.
Yep.
And Steph from...
Steph.
Steph.
Right, well that sounds fun. So yeah, people definitely need to check that out. What are you doing it over, sorry?
It's on Twitch, so either Twitch TV /Grief Burrito or Twitch TV /Zilla. Squidzilla Inc.
Squidzilla Inc, yeah.
Squidzilla Inc. Who, of course, is our friend the Tube who paints those fantastic Warhammer models and is featured on an episode of this podcast with Stu. So,
yes.
And of course, you all know Grief Burrito. They're our long-time podcast bromance. As well as Pixie, of course. They're our other long-time podcast bromance. Although the friendship
There's no bromance there anymore.
No, the friendship is being tested now by Pixie and Infant Dinosaur. Very dangerous people. So, Ryan, it's time to... hand it over to Ryan for
Clap some ass.
Clap some ass.
Clap some ass.
Go clap some ass, boy! Alright, take it away, Ryan.
Where did he just come from?
Oh, I just locked him back out quick. He tried to get in.
Fuck, because they're through the window.
You did. I punched him. Sparked him out, lad.
And so you've been listening to Shart Select. So you can find us on all the socials at Shart Select Pod. If you'd like to, sign up to our Patreon. It's only $1 a month. www.patreon.com/Shart Select.
Start to like.
Shart Select, I say. See you all next week, everybody.
Join us! Join us! Bye, everyone! Bye, Stu.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
I'll get you next time, Pixie Podcast. I'll get you.